Hi, my name is Connor Din, and this is my face tracking filter using Python and OpenCV. First, I will give a brief rundown of the code and then do a full demonstration of the capabilities. Now I will do a brief rundown of this algorithm. Up here are the two libraries used, which is NumPy and OpenCV. And this algorithm uses a main function called the trackFace function, which has inputs of an image and the width and height of a webcam. The first thing it does is it creates a blob, and a blob is a collection of images with the same spatial dimensions like height and width, and also the same depth, which is the number of channels. And that's all been pre-processed in the same manner. And this blob is compared to a pre-trained model that has a sample for human faces, and that's what we'll be using for the facial detection. So then this comparison brings out a confidence level, and this confidence level is basically a percentage of how much an object matches the model. So that comes out to a percentage, and if that percentage exceeds this threshold of 50%, then it gives the green light for the algorithm to track that face. So what it does is it creates a bounding box around the center of the face, which outputs a X and Y components of the starting and end points of that box. Using those starting points and endpoints, we can display the percentage of the confidence on the frame, and that follows the face. And then using the starting and end point, we can create a cross on the face that is centered on the face. So down here, we define the height and width of the webcam, and we also define the height and width of the background or the output frame. And I made that double the size of the webcam so that the webcam frame has enough room to move around the background. And this was necessary because if the webcam moved further than the length or width of the background, then it would produce an error because the frame position is exceeding the background dimensions. So here we initialize the webcam and the video output parameters. And then down here, this is our pre-trained model for facial detection. So this model is going to be used to compare to whatever object is in the frame, like we said before. And then we have this while loop here to only create a 10-second video with 100 frames, since our video will be in 10 frames per second. So the first thing in the while loop is we create a background of all zeros with that background dimensions, and we put that in the while loop so that it recreates the window as a black image so we don't see the webcam frame scattered all over the place. And then we call our track face function, and that just outputs the image with the cross on it, as well as the X and Y coordinates of the face's center. And then here's the math. This obtains the correct position by keeping the face centered on the background. This X1 is the leftmost coordinate of the webcam frame on the background shape. So we start at the center of the width of the background and subtract that by the X coordinate of the face's center. And then the rest of the width for the webcam frame is included in the background. And then this Y1, that is the topmost point of the webcam frame on the background window. So we start at half of the height and subtract by the Y coordinate of the face's center. And then the rest of the webcam frame is included in the background. And then down here, we use X1, X2, Y1, and Y2 to replace all the pixels of the background with the webcam frame in the correct position. And all these pixels are being replaced all at once instead of iterating through with a for loop. Now I will demonstrate the algorithm. The first thing we will see are two different windows. The first one is the face tracker, and that just puts a cross on the center of my face as I'm moving around the frame. The second window is the face filter, and that just keeps my face centered on the window even when I'm moving around. So let's go ahead and run the code. So you see that both windows have the red cross, and the confidence percentage on there. and you see the functions of both windows. Okay, and let's go over to our files, and we see that the video recorded a 10-second video of the face filter. And that is how it works.